I'm going to talk about, and I'll share with what I do. I do the same thing, except with I just have a domain name and a WordPress site that I use. But we're going to get cranked up here. We're going to talk about a few things. Got some new people. It's good to see everybody. Good to see. Got some people coming back. What do you say, Duke Ritter? And we are live on YouTube. Let me drop this Zoom off in my phone real quick and we'll get her started here. It's good to see everybody. Good to have everybody out tonight. Good to have everybody with us doing the all important. Oops, let me turn that off real quick and put the Zoom number in. 162 and crank that up so I can see it. But it's good to have everybody with us this evening, man. Got a big crowd tonight. And we're going to go into, well, now I need to turn that off. Audio. And it's good to have everybody with us. We're gonna be talking about just several things tonight. We haven't had a good really catch-up session, chat session, going through some things that I want to share with you and some things that I'm doing. I know we were just kind of talking about it in the pre-show, and Jerry Dietrich said he's using screencasts, but we're going to talk about YouTube, embedding YouTube videos, embedding Vimeo videos. It just doesn't work anymore because of the videos at the end of the videos, and I'll share with you how I do it. But it's good to have everybody here. Welcome to Wednesday Night Training, presented by the Appwizard Studio team. Been a busy day today in my office. It's just been absolutely going crazy. Man, I love the springtime. People love to spend money in the springtime, and businesses have a lot of it, and they're spending it like crazy, and I love that. It slows down for us a little bit. Are you speaking? No sound? Yes, I'm speaking. I absolutely am speaking. Can everybody hear me? I can hear myself, so I know it's going out. Can everybody else not hear me, or can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, everybody's saying I sound okay. Yes, everybody says I sound okay. So anyway, but it's been a great day, man. I love it when springtime starts hitting and starts warming up a little bit up north, and business starts booming. And we've had a rough wet winter here, and but the Midwest, man, got blasted with snow and rain and everything else. But people are starting to move around now, and sales are really picking up all over the country, and I love that. That's without sales, you don't make any money. And I talk about that all the time. I'm going to talk about that tonight with a conversation I just had with someone yesterday, and talk about sales and talk about this time of year and do some things. But we're going to talk about a couple of different things tonight. We're going to go in the platform. So let's get everything started here. And just a little bit of housekeeping. If you have not joined our Facebook group, join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/AWS Mastermind. And if you would like to listen to us in YouTube, you can go to our YouTube channel. Just look for the icon, Appwizard Studio, subscribe now icon, and become a member of our YouTube channel and follow us on YouTube, and you will be able to see us there in the YouTube. We record at the exact same time as we go live. And a real quick disclaimer, Appwizard Studio nor I cannot guarantee just because you're watching training, you will make any sales, create any traffic, or increase your income. Every person is different, has different work ethics, and different desires. And tonight we're going to talk about the mobile business card. And the reason I want to talk about the mobile business card is because I want everybody to understand what the mobile business card is. We have some new people in, and the questions that I'm getting from them, they're not building mobile business cards. They're building everything but that. So I want to just clarify tonight what a mobile business card is. I want to talk about the template system, how easy it is to build a card. I'm not going to go in. I mean, there's hundreds of videos on how to build apps. I mean, we do this all the time. Just about every video, at least once or twice a month, goes into the panel and talks about building apps. We have the training up here and the help and support here in the boot camp. Literally walk through step by step. If you've not been in the boot camp, go to the boot camp, and you can see that. If you want to learn how to do something. But tonight I just want to go through. I want to show you a couple of things. I want to talk a little bit about YouTube. YouTube has really changed, and share with you a couple of things that I do to combat the changes. Even Vimeo, you got to spend $80 a month on Vimeo. I use Vimeo, but I'm not spending $80 a month just to post videos when I can spend $12 a month and do the same thing. So, and I'll share that with you in just a moment. But so here we go. Just when you create a new web app, we have all these templates in here. Now, I'll be straight up with you. I don't use all the templates. I only use 2 templates, okay? Because I do customize my apps, but there are some templates that are already made in here. You can go in here. You just go to create new web app, click on create from template. You have all these templates right here that are already laid out for you. All right. And you can select any of these templates, and they're all the same format. They're all set up the same way. All right. Just different backgrounds, different images. All these images were custom designed for these particular apps here. I did all those, gosh, man, probably a year ago, 2 years ago. This is my favorite go-to right here. This is the one I build the most, this generic 3-button. I use this if I'm not using a header image, if I'm just using a center image. Now, I am getting ready to do one. I just got an order today for an app from a guy. I think he's a trainer or something. I've not met him. He ordered it for me to do, and he sent me the images. I think he's a personal trainer. But anyway, the screen isn't moving. Man, I need this thing. Doop, doop. See if that makes it move. And just 1 second. Let me restart it. And it's just going to spin. And I don't know why it does that either. Zoom updated they've updated 3 times in the last month. And every time they update, it does this. So I got an update 2 days ago. So we'll let it settle out here or whatever it does instead of sitting there watching it spin. So we're going to stop right there because I do want to go back to the template system, and I want to show the template system. And but I want to make sure that everybody sees that. So let's talk about YouTube for just a moment, and how YouTube has changed and what they've done. There it is. The screen's back up now. So, and let me make sure it's moving. It's moving. So, okay, let's go ahead and finish the template system real quick. We'll come back over here since we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. But this is the template system, and it's very easy to, if you just, I mean, it says underneath it what it is. This is my go-to app right here, the generic 3-button. I build this like 99% of the time. I am getting ready to build one tomorrow that has a background logo and a header image. So I'm going to use this right here. I'll still use this one here with no buttons on it. The buttons are up at the top and up at the bottom. But all you have to do to build a business card, if you're building a business card. Now, if you're building a full-blown app, this is a starter spot, okay? I will tell you, I haven't built an app with more than the buttons that are in here in 5 years, maybe. And I just don't do that. So if that's what you do, that's awesome. I hope you're getting a lot of money for it. But this is all I do. Okay, what you see is what I do. 3 buttons here. three buttons here, and they're Facebook and Twitter. Okay, that's what I did, and that's the reason we created this. People wanted templates for the mobile business cards, and you just simply come in, you put your information here. We'll just say this is blah blah blah. I'm not gonna done it so many times, most of the stuff. And then you upload your header image and your icon image, put your information in here. It literally takes seconds to do that, and come down and save it. Okay, put your Facebook page. And literally, if like me, I have people send this to me and I cut and paste it. Okay. If it's misspelled, it's misspelled. I don't check spelling. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm not a proofreader. Okay. They fill the information out. They send it to me. I cut and paste it. If it's wrong, then it goes to them. It goes back to them, and they say, "Hey, this is wrong. Could you fix it?" Okay, and I'll let them fix it. I mean, I fix it for them. But literally 5 minutes, at 10 minutes at the tops, is what it takes me to build an app. Okay, and it should take you that long if you're building mobile business cards. Now, if you're putting bunch of custom buttons in there, and you're doing a bunch of stuff, and you're selling stuff that's outside the app, and you're putting all their links in there, and you're doing all that stuff, that's where the work comes in. Okay, that's where a ton of work comes in, and you should be compensated for that. I know people that'll go out and sell a business card, and by the time they're done, they've got 20 links in it, and they're still charging the same price for a business card. That doesn't make sense to me, but if that's the way you do business, that's fine too. So, and then you just simply save it. And you've got your card built with that, with the exception of going in and doing your colors. Okay. Now, I don't change anything on here. The button sizes are already set and all that stuff. All I do is come down to styles and colors. Has everybody's internet been slow today? I've talked to people all over the country, and all over the country, the internet has been slow, really slow. Yeah. Where do you live? South Carolina? Yeah, I've got a buddy that lives in North Carolina. He said I mean, I don't know where you're at in South Carolina, but he's in up by Raleigh, and he said it's just been unbelievably slow. And I've been building a website all day. So, but this is the web app right here. Okay, I don't change any of this stuff. The only thing I do is I come in and I take this button out right here, but I leave it until I'm done because I want to make sure that everything's colored. And all I do is come up and color it. I'll come up to the header and I'll color my tab bar. Okay, I'm gonna make this kind of simple. All right, and let's make the icon color white. Let's make it that big. Let's see. Now I'm gonna make it white. Okay, and selected background. Maybe I'll make it a darker brown. You know, I'll come in and play with it, make it a little bit darker brown. That way, when they click on it, you can see it. And then I come to button bar, and all I do is come up here. I'm sorry, footer. I was on the wrong one. Come to footer, and I go use header colors, and I click on copy, and there you go. Okay. Now I'll show you in a minute how I take that out. Now, then I come down to content body. Now, if I turn, obviously the text is black. I'll show you guys something that happens all the time. Okay. The text right here is black. If for whatever reason that I put a dark background in there, and it does happen. Okay. When you come up here to contact us, guess what's the first thing that happens? You can't see nothing. Okay. So make sure if you do a black background that you come up here to the content body and change that to white. Okay, very important. because you'll go to your customer and guess what? They won't send you text. And I've built hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these, and I forget that all the time. Okay, I forget it all the time. If you want to put a border around it, you can put a border around it. You can put a radius on it. You know, whatever you want to do. You can change the padding. Padding is where the text goes, comparable to the side there. Okay, main links. Let's go back home. I start at the top. There's one thing I can tell you. If you want to get if you want to get really fast at this, start at the top and be methodical and have a system in building these apps. If you will do that, I will promise you that you'll get them down to 10 minutes. Easily get them down to 10 minutes. Okay? With no problem, you'll get them down to 10 minutes. If you don't do that, then it's going to take you forever. So just simply come up. We're going to come up here. We're going to start at settings. All right, we'll remove this. You can see this is the lines down here in the bottom. Now, these are already set. You can leave them like they are. There again, I don't change anything. I use these exactly as they are, and I get the same price. Okay, the content box. Let's remove the border. We'll add so you can see it. We'll keep everything the same. Now you can change this up here. This is called inset. I'll show you the one I like. I like ridge because it gives it a 3D look and it gives it a raised look. And customers really like that. All right. Remove the background color. Come down and put the icon in. Obviously the icon is black. This is really cool right here. I do this every now and then. I don't do it on all of them. It just depends on what I'm doing. But sometimes I'll put just a little bit of radius there inside of the icon. Gives it a little 3D look again. And I'll do the same thing. I'll do a ridge. And again, it gives it that 3D look. Kind of cool. Content box, same thing. Let's remove the borders. I'll show you something on context box that I like to do. This is just me, okay? I like to come up and I like to move the right radius, okay? And let's see, I'm going to put where's the bottom size? Let's move that. And you can come up if you want to, and like up here, you can leave the take away the right. You can leave the right radius, okay, and remove the right side, and it just gives it different looks. I just like doing kind of weird stuff. Okay. Text. Change the text color to whatever you want to change it. You can remove the background if you want to. Remove the background to black. The text is all defaulted to black. You want to put another color in there. You know, and if this guy had a brown logo with black on it, this is done. Now you want to come down here to this home screen triangle. Let's change that to just a different color, brown. Now I'll show you guys something I do real quick. It makes it look a little better. Just about everybody that sends me an app to look at, and this is just a pet peeve. It doesn't have to be done. It's just a pet peeve. Oops. I bet y'all wonder how I get anything done because I can't type. That's why I cut and paste. Very important that you cut and paste. Okay. So we'll save that. Save that. We'll come back over here to settings. Come back down here to styles and colors. Reload the page. Okay, there's your icons. What I like to do is I like to come up, and I always take the text off, and these are set up with the text off. I mean, people know what the icons are. But what I like to do, let me go ahead and put the borders and everything around here. And I'm going to change the size of these. Okay, we're going to bring the size down. I'm going to bring the icon size down. And this is really good if you got like 4 of them up here. Okay, and we're going to reduce the spacing. All right, and then you're done. Like I say, I take this bottom off right here. I'll show you how to do that real quick. Go to footer. Go to tab bar. Go to settings. Only subpages. That's every page except the home page that you build. And sitting here talking and freezing and everything, that app was built literally. I mean, we started training at 8 o'clock. So it's 23 after. And that's sitting here talking. So literally you can build these apps if you follow a system, you know, if you're systematic. If not, it's going to take you forever. Now, that's on a business card. Now, you can come in and add links all day long. Now, if somebody sent me another 5 or 6 links to add to this, and it's just because I've done it, I can add them. But all you have to do is come up here to links to websites and pages, and you build your links out right here. And you select link to website, put the website address and the title, and just put it in there. But this is something that people call me about all the time. That is a link outside of the app, okay? So when they click on that, it's going to their website. The most important thing you can do is check to see if their mobile website is responsive, that it's made for a phone, because the majority of them are not. And this is what's going to happen, okay? You're not going to check it. They've never looked at their website on their phone. Never. All they do is sit in their office or their store or wherever they're at, and that's where they look at their website. They've never looked at their website on their phone. But they want it attached to where? They want it attached to their app. As soon as you attach it to their app, it brings it to their attention that their website doesn't look right. The first thing they want to know is why, and they want you to fix it. So if you test it first, and then you contact them or go back by and say, hey, I just want to show you what your website looks like on a phone. It looks like crap and nobody can read it. So you really don't want to put this in your nice app that you're getting ready to spend $249 on and take away from that. And the next question out of their mouth was, how do I fix that? You need to call your unless you want to build websites, which I don't, you can call your webmaster and have them do it. And then the next thing they're going to tell you is they don't even know who built their website. Okay. So then you're going to have to find them somebody to build them a new website, unless you want to do that. Let me give you a bit of advice. Unless you build if you're having trouble building these in 15 minutes, and unless you build websites for a living, and I'm not talking a Wix site or some crap like that. I'm talking about a professional website, okay? I suggest that you direct them to, and you team up with, and you partner with a web designer that can do theirs in a couple of days. versus you trying to do it in a couple of months. And 99% of the time, okay, 99% of the time, yeah, you can redirect them back to the app. But if you put their website into the app, all you're going to do is create a loop, and they're never going to see their website anyway. I'm talking about if somebody actually wants their website, they think they've got a $1 million website that they paid $100 for that's not mobile responsive, and they want it as a part of their app. And you link it in there, and if it's got the redirect in the website, then from the app, all it's going to do is rotate, and you're never going to see the website anyway. So run into it just about every single day, and I just call the people and say, hey, your website's not mobile responsive. What does that mean? Have you looked at your website on your phone? No, I've never looked at it. Take a look at it, and you can see what I'm talking about. And then I'd wind up not putting their website in there. Very, very seldom do I attach a website to a mobile app. Okay. And this is my comeback. You want to keep people where they're at inside the app because you have an app for a reason. If you want them to go to your website, send them to your website through other means. But if you want them in your app, you want them in your app. If you want them in your website, you want them in their website. But I'm telling you, if you don't run into this, or you don't build a lot of these, and you're not out selling, 20 a week or 20 a month or whatever, then you're going to run into that. You may not run into that problem that often that somebody wants that, but it does happen. And for those of you that it's happened to, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's talk about YouTube. Okay. YouTube has made a lot of changes. And as a matter of fact, I just got an update a while ago. They just made another change today. They're changing YouTube. They're trying to keep up with Facebook, and Facebook's trying to stay ahead of YouTube. And Google Plus is going away, and all that stuff is happening right now. Okay. Google Plus was designed to keep up with Facebook, and it just didn't happen. And so Google Plus is going away. YouTube is totally changing. They're going to a brand new system that you can edit all the apps and everything inside of YouTube. And they've really messed that up. They took away some of the key components and they put them back in, and now they've taken them out again. The worst thing that they took out is being able to take out the ads at the end of videos. So what they did is if you embed a video, it removes the ad, but it literally shows every video that you have in your channel. So it's actually worse than ads. So, and it also, if you haven't done this, if you use your channel, which I do, I use my channel, Kerry Miller TV. And I do that for a reason, because I like driving a lot of traffic to my YouTube channel, because that's where I market from. So you start seeing your stuff, but they also, up in the left-hand corner of the video, what do they see? They see your icon. They see your YouTube icon. So you want to make sure that your icon is kind of generic, okay? And or set up a YouTube channel specifically for that one video. Now, I picked up Vimeo thinking that I would change that. I don't know, it's $30 a month or something. I paid for the whole year. But you have to upgrade to the $79 package, and you have to set up a folder for every individual app. So this is what I do. I have an account at HostGator. I set up a website, okay, specifically to upload the videos on my server, and I use that, and that's the only video they see. And I just put it in an iframe, just like you do on a YouTube video, and I put it in there and set up the same parameters. So if you're doing a lot of video and you're having a lot of trouble, and your customers are calling you every day and you don't know what to do, get away from YouTube. If you want to spend $100-something a year, or $200, whatever it is, at Vimeo, you can get Vimeo and set up an individual channel for every single video, but that's a pain. Or you can spend $12.95 a month, get you a domain, a hosted domain and a HostGator account, and set up a WordPress site and drop the videos in there, take the link and put it in a whatever. Jerry says he uses TechSmith Screencast, $99 a year, and he has 160 videos on there. Yep. And Screencast is good. I do short videos for Screencast. I think they're under 5 minutes for the free version. And I do short videos for Screencast. But yeah, $99 a year, that's very reasonable. And then you don't have the ads at the end of them, and that's what your customers are going to complain about, is the ads at the end of the videos. They will complain about it every single time. Okay, guaranteed every single time. And now that you don't have the ability in YouTube to do that, to turn those off, okay, it does show the videos in the channel. It does turn off the ads, but they still see the videos in the channel. Vimeo does the same thing. TechSmith at $99 a year, that's actually very cheap, because to get a domain and a shared account, you're going to spend about $15 a month. So that's about $150 a year. So that's actually, you're saving $50. And in my life, I save every $50 I can. It's just the way I am. If I can use a coupon and get $2 off a hamburger, I do. It's the way I was raised, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I do that. It's just the way I was raised, Unless it's steak. If I go out for a steak, I'll spend $50 on a steak just to get a good steak. Sometimes they're still not good. But anyway, so that's how you go in and you set up a business card. Now, what is the difference between a business card and a full-blown app? A business card is 6 buttons and social media. That's it. Anything over that is not a mobile business card. It's whatever you call it. All right. Now, you may call it a mobile business card, but that's not the mobile business cards that's taught. And I get apps sent to me all the time, and it's like, hey, man, what do you think of my mobile business card? And it'll literally have 15 buttons on the front page. Keep all the buttons above the fold. What does above the fold mean? This is above the fold. The bottom of the phone is above the fold. That's a newspaper term, where they, the headlines, the story of the day is always above the fold. When they put a newspaper in a rack, and all of you, I think everybody here is old enough to know that. Maybe Martha's never seen a newspaper. She's probably been using the internet her whole life. But anyway, they fold the newspapers and they set them in those racks, and everything that you see where that paper is folded is called above the fold. Well, in the tech world, above the fold means above the bottom of the phone, the screen. Okay. Now, some screens are a little bit bigger. Some are a little bit smaller. Some apps will be responsive to the screen and be the same size on all screens. Some won't. And it all depends on the phone. Okay. So you used to, Martha said she used to deliver newspapers. So she definitely knows what above the fold means. Because if you deliver newspapers, they always told you to put the headline above the fold up. I deliver newspapers myself. So, but anyway, this is above the fold. So you don't want a bunch of buttons down here. Why? Because now people have to search and have to look for those. So keep your buttons up. If you're going to do that, if you're going to put a bunch of buttons on and build out a full app, use the menu. If you use the menu, then your links are over here on the side, and they can go over here and they can select their links. Sometimes I build apps and it's all a menu. Okay, it's all a menu. Now, I knew somebody was fixing to ask that question. Well, if they want a bunch of links on it, what do you charge? I charge $49 every time they want to add something above the mobile business card. And some people will want 3 or 4 extra links. And so if they order 4, that's another $200. Yes, of course they can. You just can't be afraid to tell them that it's going to be $49. Everybody I know knows I'm a $49 guy, I've got customers that ask me to add stuff, and they'll tell me that they'll send me $49. Just send them the invoice for $49 because they know what I'm going to charge. $49 for every additional button. That is correct. What do I tell them? I say that'll be $49. They know it's going to cost them something. The only way they don't think it's going to cost them something is if you tell them it's going to be free. The minute you give something away free, this is the biggest mistake you'll ever make in business and in life. The minute you give something away free, bam, you're done. Because you'll go charge Dave next door $49, and he's going to go and say, man, that guy just charged me $49 for that. I thought you said it was free. And guess what? You just lost 2 customers. So you're better off charging up front and not going back. You don't want to do that. Okay? Any questions at all? Anybody at all have any questions? The training, it's right here. When you log in, go to help and support. And go to boot camp training right here. It's right here under help and support. All right. Absolutely. You're very welcome. Any questions? All right. If there's no questions, I'm not going to drag into something else. We're going to get back in the table tent next week. I'm experimenting with a couple of things, and we're going to get in the table tent next week. Everybody knows that I'm getting very heavy into the Facebook Messenger, and I'm setting up some Facebook Messenger stuff for the table tent, and we'll get into some of that training, how to set up those slides and put them in, and we'll walk through that. And they can literally scan the code right on the table tent and open up Facebook Messenger and get on their list. So we're going to go into that next week. We've done a little bit of mini chat training over the last couple of trainings. We built out an actual app, okay, an actual app. So, and I want to talk next week about actually taking portions of an app and putting it in the table tent. And so that'll be really, really cool. Where you can put the app links, and the app will actually, but what you want to do is pull out specific things, maybe the birthday program. You can put the birthday program on there, or something like that, or you have them sign up for a list or something like that. That's correct. All right, if there's no more questions, everybody have an absolute wonderful evening, a great night, and I will see you on next Wednesday. Jerry, thanks for that tip for the screencast. And yeah, you're right. With YouTube, you're no telling what you'll get. So, but good night, God bless, and I will see everybody next Wednesday night.